Hello, my name is Erica, and this is kind of a random library haul, I guess what we're gonna call a video. And I really matched my bed, huh? Wow. So I'm like all ready to do my workout, but I was and it's cold. I live if you don't know, I live in New England. I live in Maine. It gets cold early in the year. It stays cold for a while, and it's actually like 70 degrees out, but it is definitely like fall in Maine weather. Like it's a cold breeze. It's not fun. Anyway, thus why I'm wearing long sleeves to do my workout. Anyway, and I was sitting here and I was watching a couple of booktube videos, and I was thinking about how I just went to the library today and picked up a whole bunch of books, even though I already have a set TBR and it's crazy. So if you haven't watched it yet, I did post a September TBR. I'm participating in Bookish September. I just finished, actually, it just ended the hashtag a yearathon readathon for this month, as well as Ribsat round 6, which starts in another week. It starts on the 22nd. So anyway, so in doing that, I have a very large TBR this month, 14 books even. And for hashtag a yearathon, I was reading The Giver, and I read it and it was awesome, and I finished it and went, okay, now I need to read the next books. I don't own the next book, so I went to look on my library app. Now, again, my last wrap up, and as well as like my TBR, was mentioning that I'm having a little bit of a session with the I guess the accessibility of having my library right on my tablet. On my tablet, I have an app, and it allows me to borrow ebooks from my library. So I keep borrowing ebooks, and then I read ebooks a little quicker than physical books, sometimes depending on what the book is, because I can literally just like flip through it. And I like having at least like one book going on my tablet, which I figured out in the last month or so, and I'm definitely going to keep doing because I have a tablet full of books. I don't need to borrow any. Hence the video. It's just to share what happened today. Anyway, so I like having one going on there because then at night specifically, I can read. If I wake up in the middle of the night, or if I'm just having trouble sleeping or something, I can actually read like a little bit without having to turn my light on. Because what you see right here, see how light and bright it is in here? Yeah, that's my light no matter what. I only have one way to turn on the light. I don't have like a small lamp or anything like that. It's either use my phone, which really hasn't. Does anyone else have an iPhone? That flashlight is really bright. I don't like using it. It's that, or it's this. And if I do this, if I turn this light on, I will be up for hours. So being able to just like turn on my tablet and actually read a book there is great. Anyway, so I have been reading a Game of Thrones. I've been working on the Game of Thrones. I'm actually like I think I'm like 400 pages in now. Watch out. I'm trying to get to halfway. Like, if I can get to halfway, I'll be so happy, but I'm working on it. So I'm reading A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin, which obviously, I'm sure you know, is a really dense, really large book. It's like 800 pages, somewhere around there. It's a little less than that, I think. And it's a really interesting story. It's a really cool world. I'm really getting into the characters and everything. I really, really like it. Like, I'm finding myself when I'm out places, like seeing Game of Thrones things and being like drawn to it, like, ooh, what is this? Because I don't know enough about it yet. So I'm reading that, and then I like on my app I can put things on hold. Like, I can be like, ooh, I want that, and put it on hold. And you can do that for up to 5 books, and then you can actually borrow up to 3 books in the app itself. At the library, the physical library, you can borrow as many books as you want to, as long as you bring them back. So I have a lot of books. We've discussed this. I have a lot of books, and the books that I have more books that I have not read than I do books that I have read, because I don't keep books very often. I keep books that I really like, that I really want to read again, things like that. I shouldn't say that I really like. I really like books that I don't keep too, but I tend to keep books that I would like to read again at some point, or I just can't fathom not having them in my possession, that kind of thing. So anyway, so I read The Giver. I finished it on my way down to see One Direction with my niece and the rest of my family, and I finished the book and then instantly wanted to read Gathering Blue. So I went on to the app, and it wasn't available in the app, but it was available physically from the library. So I went to put it on hold, and I did that. Put it on hold. Yay. And then it said Messenger was also one that wasn't going to be. Messenger's the next one. There's 4 books altogether in the Giver quartet. and Messenger is the third one. So I put that one on hold too. And then I was looking at, I get emails just like anybody else, I'm sure, that's on BookTube from like Amazon and Book Outlet and Book Depository and everything when they have like sales or things that I like or whatever. And I got one about Book Outlet for their like a new arrivals or whatever. So I went to go look. And in there was a book that I had never heard of. That's part of a series that I adored when I was a kid. So it's called Janie Seeks Janie, I think it was, something like that, by Carolyn B. Cooney. If you don't know who Carolyn B. Cooney is, she is basically a young adult teen author who is most famous, as far as I'm concerned, for writing The Face on the Milk Carton. The Face on the Milk Carton is a book about a girl who basically is sitting at her breakfast table and she turns the milk carton and sees the face on it and recognizes herself. And then it's like the thing from there, like, why am I on a milk carton? Why does this say I'm missing? How is it possible that this is like the same as me? All this stuff. And it turns out like she was kidnapped, and it goes from there. Yeah. By the way, I should really explain this. For people that are younger, at one point that happened. You got milk cartons and they had missing children on them. I mean, milk doesn't even come in a carton very often anymore. So, yeah. Anyway, I digress. So, I read that book, I want to say when I was like 12, probably younger than that. I read that book a long time ago and I loved it. It was a book my cousin actually handed to me and suggested for me, and I read it and I absolutely loved it. My mom read it and she loved it. I think my sister even read it, which is pretty unheard of because my sister does not read. And I loved that book. I thought it was so interesting. I flew through it. I think I read it twice. I really liked it. So then, later, Whatever Happened to Janie came out like a few years later, I think. And we got that book and we read it and we all liked that one as well. That's where I thought the series ended, but oh no, there are 5 books in this series. It keeps going. I didn't know that, so I instantly was like, hello library, help me, and it wasn't available on the app again, so I went and put them on hold. Again, my TBR for this month is 14 books. Now, when you borrow a book from the library, you get 3 weeks to read it. It's September 15th. 3 weeks puts me at the beginning of October. Means I need to read them in September. So, currently, let me just share with you what I have. So, currently, in my possession from my library, I have on my app, on my tablet, I have A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin, which I am currently reading and will continue to after I do my workout. I'm actually going to go get my bed back there and I'm going to read some more Game of Thrones because I am in the mood for some Game of Thrones-y goodness. And then I left off in a weird place. I want to know what's happening. And then I have Armada by Ernest Cline. Yeah, I heard about that on BookTube. I still haven't read Ready Player One, but I have to do that at some point too. But anyway, so I got that one, and it looks lovely. It sounds like a really interesting story. I've heard some mixed reviews too. I've heard some people really liked it, and other people really weren't feeling it. So I'm kind of interested. But so I have that one. And today I just got one of the other ones that was on hold. Which is in the Unlikely Event by Judy Blume. Judy Blume is hands down one of my favorite writers from when I was a child. I also read Summer Sisters when I was older. When she put that out, which was like her first adult novel, or one of her first adult novels, and it was awesome, and I really liked it. And yeah, so I like Judy Blume a lot. So I wanted to check that one out, which is really weird because every time I go to the library, normally, I have not gone to my library since the library book sale in June. I have not gone to the library. I haven't physically gone to the library. I've been borrowing things all the time. But this week I've gone twice already, and I have to go again when my other book comes. So, when I was there, and the Unlikely Event has been on the hold shelf for like weeks, like the actual physical book, so someone else is borrowing it. But anyway, so the first book that I picked up, I went because I was there. I knew that one of them, the ones I put on hold specifically, I went and put The Face on the Milk Carton on hold so I could read it, and because I want to read that series now that there's 5, and I had no idea there were 5. I need to like start from the beginning again. I went to put that on there. So I also put the 2 from The Giver on there, The Giver Quartet. I get there, and this is waiting for me. This is Messenger by Lois Lowry. This is the third book in the Giver Quartet. I can't read this one until I read Gathering Blue, and Gathering Blue is on its way, but not there yet, which is weird, because I thought they would just put it on hold, and instead they did like an interlibrary loan thing, so I don't know. So that's on its way, so I can't even read this yet. But yeah, I will get to it when, and they're relatively, all the books that I have here, are relatively small, so I should be able to fly through them anyway, because I do pretty good with smaller books usually, but, and this, I mean, The Giver, I read in a couple of days. I loved it so much, and I definitely want to read this, so, yeah, so when Gathering Blue gets here, I will read Gathering Blue, and then I will read this one. Now, I also have, mind you, okay, that's 2, 3, 4, that's 4 books that I have in my possession from my library. Add another 3, because these ones were ready today. This is The Face on the Milk Carton, Whatever Happened to Janie, and The Voice on the Radio, all by Carolyn B. Cooney. They are books 1, 2, and 3 in the Face on the Milk Carton series, or the Janie series. I think that's what they're calling it too. It's also called like the Janie book or something like that. I don't know. It's like the Janie series. So there's that one as well. Yeah, and they're all due back like in the second week of October. So that means I need to get to them. So right now, my TBR that I set for 14 books, I am 4 or 5 books into it, I think. I think I'm in my 4th book in it, something like that. And one of them did get removed off there. I did attempt to read, and I'll talk about this more in my wrap-up, but I did attempt to read All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr just this past weekend, and I could not get into it. I tried. I did. I couldn't get into it. I couldn't read it. I don't know if it's just I wasn't in the mood for World War II or what was going on, but I couldn't get into it. So I returned it to the library and was just like, no, whatever. So there is a bit of a deadline on I'm reading The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe right now. So it's a little bit of a bookish September update, I guess. I'm reading The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe right now, though. I love it. It's so good. I love Narnia. Narnia is so fun. It's such a fun series. If you have not read that series, get it, because it is fun, and they're easy reads, and they're really quick reads, and it's just, you get lost in the little world, and I like it. I love stuff like that. I love when there's like a fantasy type novel that you can really just get thrown into the world and lose hours. I love it. It's great. So I really like that one though. So I'm reading that one, and that's fun. But so in my app, I can't get ones that are on hold and actually take them and borrow them unless there's room on my little shelf, which I have 3 books on right now. I told you, Game of Thrones and Armada and Inland Unlikely Event. So I think it's 3 days, Girl on a Train is finally going to be available, and I've been waiting for that one for a while. And then the next day, Ghost Out of Watchmen will be available, which is the whole reason why I started putting things on hold on that app anyway, because I really wanted to read that, and it's been 120 days since I put it on there. Seriously, it's been months since I put it on there, and it's going to be available, so I'm going to have to get a move on some of those books. But like I said, I've been reading that. I'm trying to read that more kind of at night if I'm sleepy or whatever, and I leave my tablet right next to my bed. It's actually right next to my head on my bed. So I've been reading that one at night, and then during the day I read like a physical book. So I'm gonna work on some Game of Thrones tonight, and hopefully that'll maybe I can actually finish Game of Thrones this month. That'd be awesome. But yeah, so I just wanted to throw a little random library haul in and a little update on just the addiction to reading is real. The struggle is real. I love to read, and I want to read all the books. That's my problem. I want to read everything. And I'm having very much like that kind of, like I saw those other books and went, now I want to read Face on the Milk Carton right now. It's kind of like I bought a movie today that's part of a series, and now I want to watch all of them again, which means I want to watch 7 movies. In my, I don't know, infinite time does not exist. I don't know. So, yeah. So I'm still shooting for 14 books in September, and you know what? I may get there. I'm hoping to still get through the ones that were on my TBR because it would be really nice if I actually got into some of those. But we will see. I may blow through some of these smaller books this week because I'm gonna read Lion Witch of the Wardrobe, and then I was gonna move on to Crest, but I'd actually really like to either read Armada or try to read In the Unlikely Event, and then I really want to read the Face of the Carton series, unless Gathering Blue comes, because if Gathering Blue comes, then I'm flying through Gathering Blue and Messenger, because I need to know what's happening in this story. I need to know. And Sun is available anyway, because apparently everybody's already read Sun, or whoever was also reading the series hasn't been on that one yet. But that one, is available at the library anyway, so once I finish these, I can just jump right into that. So yeah. That's my little random Book of September update / library haul / yeah. So comment down below if you have the same issue I do and like to borrow lots of books when you already have lots of books to read. It's not really stressing me out. I just find it really funny. Like, I'm like, Erica, what are you doing? You already have so many books to read. But there's never, I really honestly feel like there will never be, I will never be at a point where I've read every book I wanted to. Like, ever. I will always want to read more books. Just like I will always want to listen to more music, and I will always want to watch more movies, and I will always want to try watching more TV. And it's in me. It's ingrained in me. It's the things I love. I don't think I'll ever finish writing anything. Like, not finish. I'm sure at some point I'll actually finish the novels that I've been attempting to write. Yeah, novels. I've started like 4 books in like the last 5 years, and I haven't finished any yet. But I feel like eventually that's going to happen. But no, I don't think I'll ever be finished expressing myself that way either. Yeah. So yeah. So that's it. That's all I got. I hope you liked this video. If you did, go ahead and like it, because that's what you do when you like a video. You like it, yay! And I will see you in the next one. Happy reading to you. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more, and comment down below if you've read any of these books. If you like them. Did you know Face on the Milk Carton has 5 books in it? 5 books in an ebook. Like, I mean, how did I not know this? I don't understand. I really like that series. It's amazing when series gets away from you that way. Ooh, just a little tidbit at the end. I also bought a new book today, because I also mooched like 12 books. I have so many books coming to my house. It's amazing. It's ridiculous. I'm so excited though, because they're really good books. But I bought the next one in the Land of Stories today. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen that because I took a picture of it. It's called Beyond the Kingdoms, and based on the pictures on the front, I really need to read a Grim Warning because I need to get into that book. I love the Land of Stories series. If you're not reading that series and you like fairy tale retellings, please at least try the first one. You don't even have to read all 4. We're up to 4 right now, but just at least read the first one and tell me that you don't think that the what's her name? Oh my god, Mother Goose. That's her name. The Mother Goose character isn't the funniest character ever. Like, it's the best version of Mother Goose you could have. She's drunk and she's hilarious, and it makes the whole thing. I mean, like, really, just that's perfect and fantastic. She has a lot more stuff in the second book, but yeah, awesome. It's a good series. It's by Chris Colfer, which is fun too because he's lovely. And yeah, I've been babbling for 20 minutes now. I'm gonna stop. So yes, like it if you like it. Subscribe to see more. I'll see you in the next one. Happy reading to you. Happy Book of September. I hope you guys are getting your goals done. And I'm gonna go. I gotta work out and read.